Alvarenga. He's a BAM leader on campus, but could not be here because this university has banned him for taking leadership and defending his community and fighting for in general fighting for equality and calling this university out for its racist policies. So, my name is Jose Alvarenga. I'm an undocumented immigrant from Honduras and a member of BAM. One of the 8 members arrested at the April 17th Regents meeting, and one of the 9 members fighting the criminal charges from the University of Michigan and possible deportation to the murder capital of the world. I'm also, along with some of my comrades, banned from this campus. Despite these charges, the ban, and the threat of deportation, I firmly defend our actions and condemn the racist mistreatment from this progressive administration. Our actions, bold as they were, and our demands to increase minority enrollment, expel rapists, and fight for immigrant rights, expressed as tonight's resolution does, the necessity for urgent action and intervention in the growing crisis of social inequality. We took the stand that you should take. We took a stand, and you should take a stand, because it is unethical, unprincipled, and plain wrong to pretend that the social conditions for minority, immigrant, and women's students on this campus and in this country are equal. But even worse to say that there's nothing that can be done. This historic period of growing inequality, lacking of opportunities, and increased oppression lacks and desperately needs a new generation of leaders that can change the wrong direction of our society and set a new path to a society, not the one that our parents, our grandparents, and past generations had to endure or survive, but a society in which we want to and can live, where we can all be treated with the dignity and respect that we deserve. Tonight's resolution is a blunt exposition of the global conditions for immigrants all over the world, including this campus. It's not just political opinion, but a fact that there's a global crisis around immigration. The numbers in this resolution are fact that must be told of the thousands of people migrating, risking their lives, many dying in the process. It is a fact that Donald Trump's campaign is racist and anti-immigrant scapegoating propaganda. It is a fact that this kind of immigrant scapegoating led to the Holocaust during the periods of crisis. And it is a fact that immigrants are seeking refuge in this country, including Michigan, future UM students and current UM students. It is a fact that millions of immigrants have throughout history enlarged the numbers and shaped in all ways the reality and positions of this nation as a place of refuge for people all over the world. It is a fact that more will continue to come. But it can also be a fact that this body can have a say in the treatment of immigrants in this country and in this campus. Because it is a fact that the University of Michigan is a lead international institution, a model to follow for good and bad policies that can shape history. This resolution can become a simple yet enormous step towards securing the equal treatments of students in this campus and immigrants in this country. I invite you to stand up on the right side of history and vote in favor of making U of M a sanctuary campus.
I'm also reading a statement from another member of BAM who was also arrested and given a no trespass warning so that he can also not be here, David Douglas. My name is David Douglas, and I am a BAM organizer. I am currently banned from campus and would be threatened with arrest if I tried to come to this CSG meeting. I am also one of the activists that was arrested at the April 16th Regents meeting, and the Regents are currently prosecuting for criticizing their racist policies and destruction of public education. I am speaking in support of the resolution brought by our Defend Affirmative Action Party to make U of M a sanctuary campus for immigrants. I have helped gather hundreds of petitions to support this demand, and we all remember the outrage that echoed across the campus when this student government voted down BAM's resolution to support the people of Ferguson and the national struggle against racist police murder. We are in an important turning point in human history. The youth immigrants and students across this nation yearn to prevent a situation that we saw not too long ago with the attempted annihilation of an entire race of people. We must build a movement across the country to provide real refuge for immigrants and provide them with a sanctuary all across this nation. The headlines that have gripped Europe in the aftermath of imperialist wars waged by the United States and destabilized governments have forced millions of Syrian refugees to flee their homelands. Germany, England, and Brussels are demanding and putting real resources into the militarization of borders across Eastern Europe. Immigrants have refused the second-class treatment and have torn down these barbed wire fences, asserting their right to flee violence and destruction. The same situation is happening right here at home, with tens of thousands of unaccompanied minors coming to the U.S. fleeing state-sponsored violence and poverty. This body must pass this resolution to stand with the immigrant rights movement and demand full social equality with all immigrants.
I can go. I didn't. Well, should I go?
I'm Tyler, BAM organizer. I just want to say that although our demands call for opening up access for undocumented students, the fact is that we have undocumented students on our campus now. There was a student who's here just at this last meeting that was here. There was at this location a graduate student speaking about how she wouldn't have been able to come here without a scholarship because the scholarships for undocumented students doesn't cover graduate students, and in-state tuition doesn't cover graduate students either. So obviously as representatives on the CSG, you're charged with the responsibility of representing and protecting all students.
I want to talk more specifically about how the university is directly implicated in the exploitation of undocumented and immigrant people. The university, most professors their retirement plan is under TIAA-CREF. TIAA-CREF is one of the top investors in Corrections Corporation of America. Now, Corrections Corporation of America, as you might know, is the leading private prison industry leader in the nation. They construct the majority of the detention centers for undocumented people that are rounded up by ICE, and they also construct the majority of the prisons for that feed the prison industrial complex, the criminalization of non-white bodies, and especially non-white poor bodies. You know, that Detroit is not that far away and is a major center of non-white, poor, and immigrant people. If the university cares more about its profitability in the form of the retirement plans of TIAA-CREF, as well as its investment in Airmark, which runs is also supplies food to private prisons and to prisons in general, and it happens to run the university hospital dining halls. The university on multiple counts cares more about its profit and from its endowment than the lives of undocumented and immigrant students. The university also contracts a company known as Neuberger Bergman to manage some of its endowment. Neuberger Bergman is one of the top 36 investors in CCA. It owns over 1 million shares. Now, although Neuberger Bergman is a large company and has many subsidiaries, and it would be hard to disentangle the university from Neuberger Bergman or TIAA-CREF. At the same time, this university has managed in the past to divest from industries that it has deemed unethical, including the tobacco industry and South African industries back in the 1980s. So I know that this isn't a charity enterprise, unfortunately, and I know that the university is only willing to be public for so long, but it must do more to take care and to be responsible to its most vulnerable students. Otherwise, it's just pushing them out.
I just wanted to add, I'm sorry, I forgot to say that we've been circulating a petition with the demands that are also in the resolution, and over the last couple weeks, and we've collected. Sorry, I don't have like a copy of them to give people, but we have collected almost like 2,000 signatures on campus. It's been very popular, so I just wanted to let everybody know that. I think we're done.
Yep.
People's questions.
Is there a question?
Or? Yes. All right, we're 1 minute left. Any questions?
Actually, one question. That's awesome that you got so many signatures on campus. I was just wondering if you had the resolution available to the students that gave their signatures if they were able to read through it.
Yeah.
That was popular for students to read through the resolution.
Yeah, we have a flyer that includes a lot of that stuff, but we also passed out the resolution itself. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any last questions?
Yes.
Hi. What exactly do you mean by sanctuary school?
Meaning that the campus is one, that campus police does not cooperate with ICE, and also that that this is a place where that they can't come in and, like, for example, come in and take somebody out of their dorm room, which has happened at other universities, and to deport them.
Time has expired. That is the end of community concern. We'll now move into executive communications. So.